What's up, everybody? Welcome to a very spontaneous stream of Fly Phoenix Sky Harbor. I'll be your host, Slav. Let's see how long I can last in this Arizona heat. It's 105 degrees. I feel like I'm sitting inside of an oven, but not bad. We have a 767 that just rolled up and a couple of our Southwest flights. All right, we have a little Embraer coming in for a touchdown. Today will be without the ATC since my little radio is lost. I guess Air Canada has been on strike. Kevin Kelly, what's up, dude? It's kind of been a busy time for me. So just try and do my best with the streams, with business. So looking forward to maybe restarting these streams. Hi, Christine. We have somebody joining us from Jamaica. What's up, guys? So let's see what we can get coming in. Looks like we may have a storm coming in as well, so I'll be live for a little bit. So I had a busy morning. I actually did a flight lesson. My landings are starting to shape up. I owe it to this community. Hope you guys are doing well. Apparently Air Canada has gone on strike. I had no idea. Saw a couple of their planes parked at Sky Harbor, which is pretty wild. Ooh, baggage guy. Hello. These guys work hard. What's up, David Little? How are you, brother? Well, honestly, we'll try and be more consistent with this stuff. Let's see if we can get more people to come on. How do I do this? How do I manage stuff? Whoops, sorry. As you can see, still the usual me screwing up. Some things never change. We had a very brutal week like last week. It was 118 almost like every day. And if you haven't been in Arizona during the summer, so I want you to go to your oven, heat it up to 400 degrees, shut it off, open it up. It feels like when you look into the oven for cookies, but there are no cookies. And the sun is trying to teach you a lesson every day. Bet you some of these people are loving the fact that they're leaving Arizona right now. We almost didn't have a show. Something went wrong with my HDMI cable and I was able to find a separate one in the car. So it's very short, so in case it does go out, please be understanding with me. What is that? Oh, it's our 767 that just came in. So that is our cargo section at Sky Harbor, as you can see it. And we should be getting an American Airlines, looks like an A320 lining up in just a short time. What's up, Max Thatcher? Says, hey there, welcome back, Slav. Missed you, man. Miss you too, man. It's always good to see the homies come back. We're rolling up. We roll deep. We have fun. Yeah, I'll try to tell you guys, learning how to fly has been the most humbling experience. We have American Airlines 2013 going to San Francisco. That's next. We have our 777, but it's going to land north. So apologize, we're inside of a garage. We cannot reach the north side. So hopefully you guys are enjoying it. I did get a huge monkey off my back. I passed the private pilot written test. I got an 87% on it. So I was actually very happy about it. Some of you guys have known I was studying for that thing for almost a year. I'm a terrible test taker, but special thanks to my friend Eve, who literally pushed me through this entire time and has kind of been my mentor. I almost quit flying. Had it not been for that woman, I probably would have never continued flying. Trevor, I'm actually, what airport do you train from? I'm training out of Glendale. So I'm at Angel Aviation, but there's actually a new school that started up there I would highly recommend. It's called Deep Sky Flight Training. They fly Pipistrel Alphas. Amazing school, amazing people, great price. And off to San Francisco they go. The home of Uncle Jesse from Full House. AKA John Stamos, the man that never ages. Looks handsome as ever. Ooh, baby bus coming in for a landing. I'm hearing that American Airlines is going to start phasing out some of their older A320s that have been in the fleet since their merger with America West Airlines. Some of them are reaching the ripe old age of 20, so. And I hear whale noises, which could only mean a Frontier Airbus might be spooling up. What is that? We have a, what seems to be, is that a Honda Jet? What is that thing? All right, that's interesting. All right, let's go down some ground action. We do have a pilot doing a pre-flight, most likely a first officer, because the captain will not attempt to be out in this heat. Looking at the engine, looking at all the components, making sure everything is good on the 737 MAX. Pre-flights are important because in case you find anything wrong with the plane, do not fly it. It's one thing you always learn. You always want to make sure your craft is operating well and everything works on it. Look at the size of that freaking engine. He's looking at it. Yep, that's an engine. All right, my friend, go in. It's 106 degrees, probably like 160 over there. Whips out the phone. Good stuff. I always find the slowest time at this airport, so if it's your first time here, like and subscribe. It does help out the channel. I know I'm supposed to say that. You probably heard that a bunch of times, but hey, Trevor, how are you, brother? You doing well? Let's see if our amazing moderator Kate is going to be on. Ooh, I got hiccups, bro. All right, let's see what we can get here. Apparently Not much action. Let me whip out the handy dandy flight radar as we look at these hardworking men and women down there. So I recently got back from Serbia. I visited family. It was kind of nice. Hi Linda, how are you? I hope we see the red shirt guy tonight. In case you guys haven't been on here, a few years ago we had the legendary red shirt myth happen. We zoomed in and we could see a guy wearing a red shirt, so he kind of became a icon on this channel. Alright guys, we may be getting our first special livery of the night. It's going to be the Louisiana 1 livery coming in from San Antonio. It's going to be Southwest 1037. He is about 5 minutes out, so 5 minutes out. Also, a new addition to the airport, they added these new fancy signs to tell you what's inbound. They're actually quite awesome right now. What are you busy with, Trevor? I'm proud of you, man. You're so young and you're so ambitious. Like, the sky's the limit for you, man. Just keep pushing at it. You have a little, you're a little hustler, which I like about you. Always trying to like better yourself and figure out ways how to succeed. So, future's gonna be bright for you, sir. Trevor is also one of the plane spotters here in Phoenix. So our airport is going to be getting a little bit of a facelift. One of the new taxiways is being constructed. So it's going to, we're going to have 2 bridges to cross over. Man, I need to get some water. We did start a new chapter in the aviation community. It's called the Valley Aviators Network. Man, this water slaps. So our vision with this is going to be to basically we're going to grow the chapter into like a plane professional community. So anyone that's involved in aviation can come to our meetups. So follow us at Valley Aviators. We've had 3 very successful events. Our largest event brought in almost 40 aviation professionals. All right, we have a Delta Neo. Look at that engine, man. You can see through that bad boy. Alright, let's take a look where this Delta is headed to. Flight radar kind of sucks lately. We do have our Alaska Airlines, which actually just announced that their new livery, and I don't know how to feel about it. Long gone is the Eskimo that they have. Nice, you have a vending route? That's awesome, man. What are you vending? So this is Alaska 662 going to Portland, and our Delta is Delta 1738 going to Salt Lake City, and we have SkyWest 5506 going to Pasco. I don't know what Pasco is, but cool. And I think Louisiana 1 might actually be popping up soon. Off to Portland they go. I know they just announced some flights to Reykjavik, Iceland, and a couple of other locations, so they're growing their presence internationally. Alaska Airlines, that is. And rumor has it Southwest might be flying to Iceland in the near future from their Baltimore base. So that'll be interesting to see. All right, lift off. So I have your boy. All right, we have our special livery. Louisiana 1 has made an appearance. Or it was, never mind. Might not be it, never mind. Uh-oh. Well, might have been it, I don't know. Pretend it's a Louisiana 1. You sit on a throne of lies, flight radar. False alert, guys, false alert. Our Delta flight to Salt Lake is coming up. Well, it used to be Louisiana 1. I guess it got repainted. That was stupid of me. Every time I see this thing, this Neo, I always think of the 757. This route used to be served by like an A319. We're gonna find a specific day of the week where I'll be doing these streams again. Wow, that was a quick takeoff by this A321. Off to Salt Lake City. That's neat. Alright, my friends, now is the waiting game for more traffic to come in. So we're gonna look down and see what you guys have in mind. So welcome to everybody. Welcome to our random channel. We are coming live from Phoenix, Arizona, where it feels like you are inside of an oven. We are the 737 capital of the world. We have a lot of 737s, but during our peak season, we sometimes do get a lot of 787 Dreamliners. We have our daily flight from Charles de Gaulle Airport. Our British Airways flight, which is an A350. What in the heck was that? That didn't sound good. Sounded like somebody hit something. And with Sky Harbor, you never know when you're going to get like a random military plane showing up. Typically, we sometimes will get the Air National Guard with their KC-135s. We've seen everything from Antonevs to C5s to fighter jets, all sorts of things, all thanks to our Air National Guard base, which is down the road. If you guys are all into drones and stuff, looks like our company DJI is officially going to start getting banned in the US, which kind of is a bummer because they were the leading drone industry, the drone providers. It's going to cause a lot of havoc to businesses. All right, we have our second walk around. So crazy comparing the size of the plane and a human. And if you think about it, the 737 is tiny compared to the 777. The 777's engine is the size of the 737 fuselage. This morning we did have a Boeing 727 takeoff, which was kind of cool. It's also wild to think that the successor to the 727 was a 757. And we do have a go-around happening. Southwest had an unstable approach, so he's going to go around. So let's follow him. These people are going to have to wait a couple more minutes to land, probably another 10 minutes. That's kind of funny. Well, we had our first go around. Over there is the Arizona Cardinals 777. It's a former Delta Airlines 777. And the first time the team flew on it, they lost to the then lowly Detroit Lions. They were one of the Lions' first wins, which is kind of pathetic and sad. But yeah, the Bidwells ended up buying a bunch of the 777, so I think they have a company called Gridiron Air, and it's primarily a charter company. They did last year when the NFL moved the games to Phoenix for the playoffs during the LA wildfires. The Bidwells actually did send all the planes to evacuate the family members and dogs. And Kate says, "Hey, we live. I missed this so much. LOL, hey." Hi, Kate. Kate is one of our founding, how do you say it, admins. She always looks out. She's like her and Christine and Marley are like the OG moderators. We'll build this channel back up, especially once I start flying. We'll make some fun episodes. You guys can follow along. This little SkyWest plane. These Embraers have really taken over the commuter jet market, like the regional jets. I wonder if this is the Tucson flight. We have a flight to Tucson, Arizona that's like 30-minute flight. It's always like $400, so I'd rather drive. I like 4 hours of driving and $400. Keep staying in my pocket better. And we have our daily Delta Connect flight, which typically goes to Los Angeles. It's actually operated by another Embraer. Look Look at the shadow. That's kind of cool. Looks like a fighter jet. Not really. What's up, Thomas Markey? When it grows up, it wants to be a firefly. I don't know. Man, why does flight radar suck? So we're going to have Alaska Airlines 611 going to Seattle. And then Delta Connect is going to LAX. It's Delta SkyWest 3894. Not quite finished my PPL. I passed a bunch of random stuff, but getting close to it. I actually took a bit of a break and I've had 2 very good flights. So God willing, everything goes well. We'll keep flying. So, what do you think of China Airlines and Starlux being in service between Taipei and Phoenix? I personally think one of them is going to fail. I think the market is too shallow for them. I think what China Airlines did is kind of sleazy because Starlux is building up everything. So we'll see. It's a growing market, but I think that's going to open up Phoenix to more people. Oh my God, guys, we do have my favorite runway configuration. We have our Southwest plane on landing on runway 25 right. So follow this. This is amazing. That was rare. I think they approved their landing because we got so slow. What is going on here? I have never, oh, they're pushing them out. I thought, I'm like, why are they hooking them up here? And we have somebody joining us from Kentucky. We're doing well, brother. I'm trying to hide from the heat. All right, we do have our plane departing for Seattle. Yeah, China Airlines did fly a couple of charter flights here to Phoenix. If you guys look at some of our earlier videos, we do have one of their A350s that came in. It was like one of their special liveries. I think it's called the carbon fiber livery. Like, people at LAX see this stuff all the time. In Phoenix, when like a big plane comes in, like a 787 or a 777, to us that's like Disneyland. And it's like, did y'all see the video of the UPS hitting the engine on landing? Yeah, that was wild, man. There was another video, like it was another typhoon, where somebody filmed an unfortunate accident with an MD-11. And I just recently saw the video, the MD-11 crashed. That was like unbelievable. So, could you fly Phoenix LAX on them without a passport? Yeah, I did actually, Kevin Kelly, I did hear. Did you hear the American and Starlux team up? Yeah, they did. It's going to make a lot of sense because people that fly in, they can code share and do all this stuff. This plane does have the windows up there. Look at this. This is wild. The eyebrows. Honestly, I like Alaska Airlines. Every time I've flown with them, I've had a positive experience. And our LAX flight is starting to beam up. I've had so many pilots that have flown this message me to take photos of them. I have a special connection to this plane. Legally, I could fly this plane if the FAA doesn't find out. We are Gucci. Oh, I need water. Yeah, Phoenix gets hot. I would avoid it during the summer. What did I do with my water? It's here. I didn't bring much water for this stream, guys, so click the like. It does help me. It does help us break out of this algorithm prison. Sorry as I drink water. I know it's not professional. We have our Southwest 3044 going to Albuquerque. And then we have our plane from Tampa that went around. It's coming in for a second attempt. If you guys did join us earlier, we did catch a plane going around. So we have our turn and burn, my friends. I'm so sweaty right now, guys. This isn't even funny. All right, let's see the second go around with this Tampa flight. All right, we have one of our Southwest planes that just came in. They're adding the little tail section, or they added it, for the counterbalance so it doesn't tip and hit the tail. Oh man, it is hot. Let's see, is that my boy Ryan? I met some cool people doing this stream, man. Kind of wild how this channel has created a little community. What's up, Bailey? Linda says, love turn and burns. So the term turn and burn is basically when a plane lines up and then just hits it and then goes first. Look at this. We have a bit of a standoff. Linda, are you still in Chicago? Because I hear they're having like an air show. I guess something happened where they accidentally blew out a bunch of windows. It's kind of funny. You know, somebody's gonna get fired for that. Or get a talking to. All right, will this be a turn and burn? I think it will. Nice takeoff. So I'm kind of getting sweaty, guys. Let's see what else we can get in. That was a double bounce. Sometimes I don't feel bad about my landings when I see that everybody makes mistakes as pilots. So the Southwest planes are starting to come in as little butterflies. They're everywhere. Our 737 is pulling up. We are starting to get a lot of the Southwest Airlines coming back. Let's see, do we have anything large coming in? Not really. Like I said, we are the 737 capital. That's how I call it. You get a lot of 737s, and yeah, how it is. And we do have our favorite truck in the world. The poop truck has made its appearance. The constantly roving Alpha Predator wagon. Gets all the delicious after food. Oh no, he is peeing. I don't know why I said that. I'm sorry. What's funny, like I heard from somebody, this is actually a very desirable position because you work like 4 or 5 planes a shift, and then you kind of just chill and do Gucci things. What's up, Robbie? Robbie says hello, everyone. We see random stuff on this. You guys remember when we had Corey dancing for us? I guess the plane was peeing because the water was full. And this plane is Southwest 3159 that is headed to Houston. Look at the shadow, how interesting the shadow is. All right, we do have a plane coming in. We have Southwest 2178 coming in from, it's either San Diego or San Antonio. San Diego. It's a short flight, 48-minute flight from San Diego. Looks like he might be going around. No. He's not going around. Must have hit a thermal or something because I saw him go up. I'm going to have hearing issues when I get older. And our flight to Houston is on full roll. Leaving hot Arizona for hot and humid Houston. What a ringing issue. Yeah. In a few years when I can't hear what my friends are saying, I'm like, oh, sorry, I was a plane spotter. How'd you lose your hearing? Well, you see, I had this hobby. It's typically how it happens. Oh, David, when I was in Serbia, we had a day where the humidity was like, I would say 80%, and it hit 100. I literally thought I was going to die out there because it was just so uncomfortable. We had a day where it was actually warmer. Actually, no, it was cooler in Arizona. It was warmer in Serbia than in Arizona. Let's get some action of the ground crew. Humidity is not my friend. It also destroys my luscious hair, my luscious locks. I don't even know what the word luscious means. It just sounds exotic and I use it. Who knows, maybe we'll get the 777 going on this side. We have American 1967 going to Newark next. Says the MVPs. So Bailey says, honestly, that's true. They work hard no matter what. All right, turn and burn, guys. Turn and burn. We may turn Saturdays into our show days. We'll do like an hour, hour and a half every Saturday. How about that? honestly, we really have not had much rain for this monsoon season. You guys remember one Christmas when I did the show and it was raining non-stop? I think that was the last time we had that much of a snowstorm or a rainstorm. I'm starting to lose my mind because it's hot. Yeah, we'll try Saturday. Saturday might be the show days. We'll meet up for like an hour or so, talk. I'll give you guys homework, detention if you don't do the homework. Look at that, that's a nice shot. Look at the framing. We have the little guys on the right, guys standing on the left. They're disconnecting it. Now the plane is going to be released to fly out. So wild, they're just turning around these planes left and right. All right, no homework. How about that? I'm not going to be a jerk face and give you guys homework. Remember when we created the term jerk face, where I said don't be a jerk face? And it worked. So what is your favorite random thing we have said on this chat? Let's see if you guys remember any of them. How goofy they were. Let's say we've had many. I think my favorite was when we had that like homeless guy randomly start talking to me, and he mentioned he was a Marine. I felt bad for him. I gave him some money. Some people have mental health issues, and we got to make sure they're taken care of. Now this is the waiting game. As we wait, let's look at the poop truck. Maybe the American Airlines 777 will come on this side. This is wild. We do not have a single plane incoming to Sky Harbor. It's kind of a rarity. Let's see, if the 777 does come on this side, we'll catch it. And we may be calling it after that, since I'm out of water. I did not plan this accordingly. So I used to have a joke with my instructor. He would always laugh that I could not follow the center line. And the last few times I've actually been right on it, so that's a huge win for me. All right, as we wait for him to taxi, let's take a look at some of our ground crew. I am so sweaty, guys. We've had some Frontier flights. I think a lot of them will be leaving very, very soon. We are about to see our third pilot of the show. showdown of the alpha male and the lunch. Okay, we have our Southwest 3642. This plane is going to be going to Long Beach. Or did it just land from Long Beach? No, it's going to Long Beach. Flight radar is just tripping. And we're going to start getting a bunch of our SkyWest planes. Well, no, they just landed. Look at it. This is the beauty of Sky Harbor. Now we have a little prop plane. You don't see this quite often at the larger airports. Looks like it's a King Air. Turn and burn? Yep. So these planes, when they take off, they generate wake turbulence. So this small plane might actually have to wait a little bit before they take off. Three minutes, unless he can take off before the point where the plane lifts off. You get used to it, Kate. Honestly, like, I got very comfortable talking to ATC. Just repeat what they say. Talk slow and think normal. I don't know if that makes any sense. It's like, way to go, Slav. You explained it really terribly. Look at the lighting on the 737. What's up, Michael? Today I was kind of rusty with my flying. Just talking to the ATC, made some mistakes. Welcome to Sky Harbor International Airport, guys. We are located in sunny and extremely warm Arizona, so hopefully you guys are enjoying the show. We used to be live quite often, but as with anything, when life gets busy, certain things fall by the wayside. I was hoping they would let the small plane go first, but I guess this A320 is gonna go before it. Look at the size difference. We've got some storm clouds rolling in. Hoping we get a monsoon tonight. So Logan has a ton of the prop planes. That's hilarious. I would love to see him taxiing next to an A380. I guess Phoenix used to have a lot of general aviation, but they kicked them out once the airport started growing. Man, aviation is wild. Truly is if you think about it. We went from like not being able to fly to like being in like a little tube and going all across the world in a span of like 10 hours. And not having to worry about sharks. Looks like our 777 is coming our way. Alright, our little turboprop is getting there. Then we should be getting our American Airlines flight to London coming this way. American 194. It's a 777-200 that's going to be probably coming to the south side here. Oh, fourth pilot of the day. Let's go take a look at our fourth pilot. We're counting. Will we get to 5? Man, it's such a team effort. A set of 7. What if we get, yeah, 777s. He's gonna have to get out of the path very quickly. With the beautiful Arizona sunset in the back, can't beat it. And we do have the baby bus. Let's look at the registration number. November 830 Alpha and Whiskey, I think. This must have been an American West Airlines plane. But check it out, that's what I was telling you guys. Looks like a storm is brewing. You can see the storm clouds in Tempe. Slowly brewing ahead. Alright, let's take a look. Is our 777 coming up? And looks like we will get our 777 going to London. We may get the little baby bus, and after the baby bus get the 777. And then after that, we may call it a day, my friends. Always a pleasure to stream for you guys. Apologize about the delay. Be understanding. I do a lot, and something had to give, and streaming kind of fell by the wayside while I focused on my lifelong dream of flying. It's been one of the most difficult things I've attempted to do, guys. It's like one of the most humbling experiences. But we'll get there. We'll think of a new strategy for the channel. We'll grow it, and we'll all be hanging out. That's what I love. We built a community here. And like I always say, just follow, subscribe to us, like the channel. We do offer memberships. It just helps pay for the parking, but don't stress about it. Perfect way to end it, man. And David actually does have a lot of cool videos on his. Yeah, I did post a couple of small like Instagram reels showing you my flight training, but look at this, guys. This is kind of cool. Here's our 777 that we're waiting for departure. I think one of my favorite shows was when one of the captains, Captain Summer or whatever his name was retiring. We're gonna have Saturday sunsets with Slav. That's how we're gonna do the shows from now on. All right, guys, our 777 is lining up. Off to London it goes, and then after the 777, I will be going to go get myself a cold drink, a sports drink to be exact. Like I said, thank you all for the support throughout the years. Appreciate each and every one of you. Especially Linda, Kate, Marley, all you guys. Ryan, if you're watching this later, what's up, dude? Same with Eve. It is a 10-hour flight to London. All right, my friends, with that, I bid you adieu. Thank you for the support. See you next time. Bye, guys.